Welcome back, everyone, to another episode where I review Lego sets and I let you know whether you should buy them, wait for them to go on sale, or don't waste your money at all. And this time I have the Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas set. It is a beautiful set and I already built it, so we're going to take a deep dive into it. And it is in perfect time for the holidays. And I don't know about you, but in this household, we are huge holiday people, even more so Halloween more than anything. So I know that my whole family is kind of jealous that I got to build it, but I'm going to review it for you and I'm going to let you know whether you should get it. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. With set number 21351, this set has 2,193 pieces, includes 6 minifigures and a buildable character. With a retail price of $200, it comes in about 9 cents per piece. Now, before getting into the actual review, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and comment on this video. It really helps support the channel. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this one. Now, getting into the box art here, I will say I like the all black with that purple trim of Lego around the edges, but they should have put this set in the actual scenery of the Nightmare Before Christmas movie just to add a little bit extra, Halloween feel to it, because when they do the all black sets, yes, they are for collector's editions and 18 and older sets and things like that, but I definitely think they could have added more character to this box. Other than that, it's a cool box, definitely one to keep. Now, after opening the box, you're going to find a little over a dozen bags, 3 instruction manuals, a moon piece, which is definitely very interesting, a sticker sheet, and some cloth pieces that are obviously in the nice little cardboard so they do not bend. One thing about these instruction manuals that I love that Lego did is they put a little extra in there for you. You can meet the designer, they talk about Halloween, they talk about the Nightmare Before Christmas and why they did and what inspired them to build the set, so that is really cool. Now, the moon piece is a piece of plastic. It's a little bit thicker than a piece of paper, so it should end up being just fine durability wise. Now, the sticker sheet, I was a little impressed about how small the sticker sheet was, but at the end of towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you why I think that they should have added more stickers. And then lastly are the cloth pieces, and the first one that we have is a Halloween kind of banner that goes outside one of the buildings. Looks really cool, and I love that they put it in a safe compartment so it doesn't bend. And the other one is Jack Skellington's waistband. It's supposed to represent his jacket that goes all the way down. It looks pretty good. And now I think it's time we get into the minifigures. Now, this set has 6 minifigures, Zero the dog, and the Two-Face buildable mayor. Let's get into it. First character we run into is the Two-Face Mayor, and it is the buildable character. At first, I wanted a regular minifigure for this character, but the buildable one is just fine. He has his microphone, and of course, he has his 2 faces. Next up, we have Santa Claus, and I was surprised. There's nothing really special about this Santa Claus as far as like when it has to do with Nightmare Before Christmas. It's just kind of a regular Santa Claus you can pretty much see anywhere else. He has 2 faces, which is a smiley face and then a shocked face, when he does get kidnapped. Now, I will note that he does not have his boots or anything like that. He just has that dress that goes all the way down. So other than that, this character is what it is. Next up, we have Zero, and possibly the most surprising minifigure out of this whole set, because nobody believed that Lego would actually make its own mold for this specific character. It is cool because if you zoom in, you can even see a little pumpkin on his nose. And then surprisingly again, the 1x1 Lego hole on the bottom of this character is so he can actually fit on sets. Next up, we have Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and with these 3 minifigures, they come with 2 different faces, one regular face and then one face, mischievous face, with their teeth showing. Now, I will say I think Lego did a little bit of a lazy job when it comes to these minifigures. Just wasn't enough character to make these minifigures seem real or kind of like the set. Honestly, if you throw these minifigures into a lot of just regular Halloween sets, they just look like trick-or-treaters. They don't look like the creepy Nightmare Before Christmas ones that I was hoping. Next up, we have Sally, and this is obviously everyone's favorite character other than Jack. Now, I will say they did a good job, and the figure you see on the left is from the CMF figure from years ago that Disney did. Now, Sally and Jack are really hard to find in the CMF collection, so I am glad that they made another one of her. Now, I will say I don't know which one I like more. Kind of the new one's cool, but the old one is obviously a classic. And lastly, we have Jack Skellington, and they definitely gave him an upgrade from the CMF from years ago. They made his legs longer, they made his jacket a little bit tighter, and they made his eyeballs a little bit smaller to make it look more realistic. And they added the extra little jacket thing on the back side, which is the cloth piece. So I think they definitely upgraded this minifigure from years ago. I love it, and this is a 10 out of 10, the best minifigure out of this entire lot. Now, of course, it wouldn't be right if you didn't put these two minifigures together side by side as the power couple, Sally and Jack. They look really good together, and again, when it comes to the old CMFs, you always try to find those two to put them together, and it was kind of hard. So luckily in this set, you get both of them, and they both come out really, really great. Now, this whole crew is pretty awesome when you line all of these minifigures up. It's definitely exactly what you expect, maybe a little bit more here and there. And last but not least, not adding Oogie Boogie is something that I just do not understand. Nobody understands. It is a big topic of conversation with this set. The only thing I can speculate is that maybe they'll do a buildable character, 60, 80 bucks for a nice Oogie Boogie character. That would be pretty cool. Finally, getting into the actual set, you can tell it is so detailed, so much that goes into it, so I'm going to break it down right now. This set actually comes in 3 pieces, and they all come apart pretty easily, a little too easily if you ask me, and I'm going to break that down a little bit later. So the first building that we have is the City Town Hall, the next building we have is Jack Skellington's house, and the last one is the Curly Hill, which is the famous with the moonlight in the background. First up, we're going to talk about the City Hall and all of the details that involves it. Now, the building is pretty cool because it has the clock on the outside, the landscaping is really cool, and they have that dead tree outside with, you can actually add some Christmas wreath to it just to add a little extra flavor to it. Now, the banner that we saw earlier also goes on the front of this courthouse, and in the front of the courthouse is the famous green sludge kind of fountain with a buildable gargoyle. I've had some mixed feelings about this gargoyle. I think Lego could have done a little bit better of a job in designing it, but it does work for what it is. Now, on the very bottom of this courthouse, in the very basement, is a skeleton, a spider, and another wreath. You're going to find these all throughout this set. And then right underneath the roof, which comes off so easily, there are some more hidden Christmas things like a Christmas stocking, a skeleton with a Christmas bow on top, some presents, and another wreath. All in all, this courthouse has a lot to offer. There is tons of detail. The fountain in the front, the basement, the attic, the cobblestone to make the settings look really good. I absolutely love the front of this thing. So without further ado, let's get into Jack Skellington's house. Now, taking a look at Jack's house, it definitely looks a little bit bigger than it actually is, but they did a good job with the landscaping, with the continuous theme throughout the entire set. He has the dead fall tree in the front yard, and then he has a stairway that goes all the way up into the front. Now, the roof comes off just as easily as the town hall. It comes in just 2 little pieces, one with the chimney and then one without. And then upstairs is like a little attic for some storage, Christmas storage, which I'm going to break down here in a second. And what I mean by it looks bigger than it is, because that front door just doesn't really have anything in it. I'm going to show you here, right here, is that it's just a Christmas tree and a sack of presents inside of this room. So it's not an actual room with anything special in it other than a Christmas tree. And finally, in Jack's room, where he has his books, his equation board, his scientific method on how Christmas is going to work, and then it kind of connects to the attic where you can see a skeleton, some more wreaths, some more Christmas ideas, and of course more pumpkins. So this is actually one of the coolest rooms in the entire set, which is the little scientific room, and that's pretty much it. So from an overall outside perspective, this is my favorite building out of all 3 pieces because the outside just looks so cool, has the big iron gates, and overall just has the most detail. I love this piece of the set. So last but definitely not least, I would say this is probably the highlight of this set, which is the Curly Hill and the graveyard. Now, the Curly Hill is really cool because of course it has the moon background, which I really haven't seen Lego do something like this before. And on the backside of the hill, which is underneath, is of course another skeleton head, a pumpkin, and another spider. The really cool part about this entire piece is not just the moon part, but the graveyard of Zero's outhouse. I think LEGO did a good job when it comes to landscaping this entire set. Everything is in unison, everything is together, and they made everything look really good with the color scheme. Now here's some last fun facts that will help you decide whether you want to buy this set or not. And one of the fun facts is these hinges. Now as you can tell here with the Indiana Jones set, the hinges is double, triple, reinforced, so it's super sturdy. This will never come apart because it comes in 3 pieces. Now that is not the same when it comes to the Nightmare Before Christmas. It is only held apart by a little kind of tong piece, and it's just not very suitable for movement. If you're gonna move this set around, I would highly suggest you do it 1 piece at a time. Now when it comes to the size of this set, it is very comparable to the Indiana Jones set. Again, it comes in 3 pieces, so the entire total width of it is almost the same size as Indiana Jones, and same thing with the height. And last, a little fun fact I thought was just so noticeable. You're going to find yourself with 10 pumpkins, 4 spiders, 4 wreaths, and 5 skeletons. I just thought that was so interesting that this set included so many of these awesome features. Definitely hats off to LEGO. Now lastly, when adding all of these features together, putting all of the minifigures in this set, I think LEGO did such a bang-up job. For the price of this set being 9 cents per piece also, I think you definitely get your bang for your buck, and that's why I'm going to suggest that you buy this right now. Holidays are here, Halloween's right around the corner. What better time than to buy a LEGO set and be able to display it in your living room with the whole Halloween theme? So overall, this set is just such an enjoyable thing to build. It's definitely a good present or gift to somebody. I definitely know 1 or 2 people that would love this set, and I just might actually have to go out and get them one. Anyways, if you like my reviews and want to see more of them, to support my channel, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment, and I'll see everybody on the next one.